Of aldermanic courtesy as it relates to development continue as is, and if not, what reforms do you propose?
Can somebody explain what it is?
Yes. Don't time him if he's going to explain it. I can't.
Yes, would like to.
No, you have the answer.
Okay. Aldermanic courtesy is basically the practice of being so ingrained with people that the same aldermen have been in the same spots for so many years that things that, say there's a bill that somebody needs passed, and without reviewing it, they just say, oh, because so-and-so said it was a good idea, we'll give them that courtesy and just pass it on.
Everybody's good with that explanation?
I'm not. I'd rather hear what this guy has to say.
No. Sorry. It's just not how it works.
Okay.
Okay. Now repeat the question one more time.
Should the practice of aldermanic courtesy as it relates to development continue as is, and if not, what reforms will you propose?
I know what I'm kind of confused about.
So, do you want to agree that none of you know what the question means?
No. Well, I mean, it's the thing about aldermanic courtesy and development. I mean, it's kind of.
Okay.
I know.
I don't know. Somebody ask me.
You want to give each of them an opportunity to define the question, and I won't time them, since he got a minute to...
Well, if they don't know the answer, how can they say what it is? That's why it would be good if somebody could, that does know.
Well, there's a question in there that actually does define it. I wrote it.
Listen to these
Okay.
people or listen to somebody else. Do you want me to look for a different question? Will you come back to this topic?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it. Okay. Then let me have the mic back. Okay, I have a bunch of questions that actually seem very similar to me. And so I'm going to use this one because, quite honestly, it was the first. So we live in a diverse community, but looking around this room, these are mostly white folks represented. What will you do to engage people from all communities? And another one of the cards specifically says not only people of color, but renters in the ward activity.
Let it play out.
Race relations right now are a big focal point, obviously because of the Ferguson and other incidents that have happened. So as far as there being one clear, defined way of doing that, I would be hard repressed to believe that anyone could come up with that. However, I do believe that ingraining yourself in the community, as far as bringing out more people in terms of letting them know about community involvement in the community neighborhood meetings, bringing that up, making it more community involvement instead of community safety. Things like that that could bring out people, and once you get to know your neighbors, I feel like we're not going to have this big issue, and integrate it into other facets of the community as far as leadership positions. If there's any kind of, that's my time.
So I've spent most of my adult life working with more challenging populations that are the least likely to be engaged and informed. And what I found is they want to be engaged and informed and often feel like they're not welcome. I think we run into that issue in our ward as well. And one of the things that we need to do is redefine what it means to be engaged in your community. Attending a neighborhood meeting isn't the only way to be engaged in your community. The people who go out and take care of the gardens on the weekend, who shovel their neighbor's sidewalks, who call problem properties into CSB, they're all engaged in our neighborhood. They might not come to a meeting, but they care about our neighborhood. And we need to start to value that and recognize that. And then from there, work to build relationships with our neighbors where they feel like they can come to neighborhood association meetings, that it is a place that they're welcomed. and that there is a reason that they can be engaged and involved.
I don't want to sit up here and placate anyone. I mean, the system is broken. As I'm walking around and knocking on doors, I only have enough time to knock on the doors of the frequent voters of people already bought into the system. And it makes me cringe to walk past a lot of people's doors who haven't previously been involved in the system, that this is the system we're given, this is the system that we're working with to get elected now. To bring up participatory budgeting again, that is one that specifically tries to solicit the populations who are not currently participating in the political process. And by tying money to the votes of the residents, it provides an extra incentive for people to come out. It's really easy to come out to a neighborhood meeting and walk away and say, well, that was nice, I met some people, but what's going to happen next? But when you tie the money to people being present, that makes a huge difference. And in the 6th Ward, they actually did voting in the laundromat, and at the grocery store, and at the park. So you could really hit people where they were rather than trying to get them to come to where you were.